All right, let's do this, CLF's Universe. Going live right now with Tracy Tutor, $1 Million Listing. She's coming in hot. We're about to get nuts. Full disclosure, about to get really weird. So if that's too much for you, then it is what it is. All right, let's try this one more time. There they are. Everybody's out. Yes. You guys, don't worry. You'll never lose me, ever. Never lose me. I'm going to get Trace on right now. Who's ready to get crazy? Alyssa, Lori, Chrissy, Jesse, Alex. Okay, Trace, let's try this one more, and then let's get nuts. Yeah. There she is.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm really good. I just am going to Europe tonight, so that's fun.
I remember the conversation. That's big news.
I know. I'm really excited.
Yeah? What's on the agenda?
Going to Italy. So I think I land like tomorrow night, and we're going to do Capri, Positano, like the Amalfi Coast, and Rome. And then who knows? Maybe I get like maybe locked in Italy.
I understand. You get good pasta and some wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of wine, what's up with the deal?
It's doing really well. I mean, we're about to launch Unsweet, which is a zero sugar wine nationwide. We did a soft launch in California, and it was doing incredibly well. But finally, we are getting to the place where we should be able to, probably by mid to late October, so the next 3-4 weeks, launch nationwide. So you can purchase the wine online at unsweetwine.com. And it's great, you guys, for like people out there who are, you know, wellness focused, health conscious, but also like wine and enjoying themselves. That it's really like the perfect wine for people that care about, you know, sugar content, calorie count, you know, additives and etc. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and it's very obvious that you're passionate about it, which is contagious. Go check out the wine when it comes out nationwide. Absolutely. Our episode on the CLS experience broke records. Two names I want to give you right now that you're definitely familiar with. Suzanne Summers and Alicia.
Love them both.
Yeah, so your episode had more downloads than both of theirs the first night, which I thought was really cool. Everybody loved it. And obviously everybody knows you from the show, but when we started real, and like remember when I was like, I love that you're so authentic first, and then you started letting it fire. Just so much fun. Everybody's loving it. You have so many more fans now with the CLS in addition to what you already had going on.
That's pretty cool. Thanks, you guys. That's awesome that you downloaded it. I had such a good time talking to you, so that's amazing.
Same. We have a couple quick questions for the audience. You ready to rock?
Of course. Let's go.
We talked about physical training, and then we'll get into some real estate stuff. You mentioned how important that is to your mental health. I feel the same way. Why is it so important to you?
Honestly, I think for a lot of years, I used working out as like a tool to like feel better in my jeans. And I didn't really use it as a way to feel like just great all around. And until I actually started dating Eric, who obviously is a personal trainer and he's been in my life for the last year and a half, I didn't really do it for anything else. And the truth is, when you get in that pattern of working out like that every day, or at least 5 days a week, you don't feel centered or focused or any of the things that I think I'm taking advantage of now than when I don't work out. So for me, like, I'm leaving today. I'm so freaking busy, but I like hustled this morning and got out there and did Pilates with my friend Danica. And I'm so glad that I did. It just puts me in such like a better mental state.
I agree 100%. My brother Mark, who's a big fan of yours, is on here today too. Has a little bit of trouble because he has a baby a little over 1 year old. Sometimes he only gets an extra 20 minutes and he has an opportunity to work out or not. Tell him to get his ass in gear and use those 20 minutes to work out, Tracy. Get him.
Honestly, you guys, you got to get up like 45 minutes earlier. It takes 3 weeks to actually get into that habit. And then all of a sudden you just start opening your eyes. Like I've got Andres, who's probably sitting here like, that is not going to happen for me. But I honestly, like 3 weeks in a row of waking up 1 hour earlier can make the biggest difference in your life, just from like having that time for yourself before getting going and working, and just like the grind every single day. You take that extra hour for yourself and it changes everything.
100%. One of the things that I think a lot of America associates you with, Tracy, is confidence. Maybe it wasn't always like that, but a lot of people struggle to find their confidence. And then when they do, everything changes. For those that are struggling to kind of find that self-belief and that on fireness, that confidence, what's something that you could suggest them to kind of develop that confidence?
Read my book. I can't give away all the tips for free, Craig. Come on.
I know.
I mean, listen, you got to have good people around you. I think it's important that, you know, people trust their instincts. 9 times out of 10, your instinct is going to be right. There's always 1 out of 10 where you're like, whoops, I may have stepped wrong there. But the more I've learned to trust my instinct as I've gotten older, I've actually voiced it, rather than it being like this little voice sort of hovering on my shoulder that feels something but doesn't speak up about it. So that's, I think, my biggest tip. Trust your gut, because you know when you're sitting across from someone, Craig, and you're like, did they just like kind of diss me? And I'm not really feeling it, but I'm just going to sit here and nod my head and continue with, you know, the interview or whatever. And the truth is, when you feel that in your gut, it is generally right. And you should learn and train yourself how to voice those opinions more often. So yeah, I talk about it a lot in the book, and I give like real tools on how to, you know, start to practice that more often, because that's really what it's about. But you can find the book on Amazon. I see a lot of people are like asking about that. You can find it anywhere, but very, very easy to order it on Amazon.
Well, we got to get your voice on the Audible.
Oh yeah, I do my own Audible, which is frightening because I hate the sound of my voice. Like every time, you know, when you listen to like your outgoing message and you're like, oh God, that is excruciating. Like sometimes I listen to myself even on the show and I have to turn it off because it's just a lot. But you might enjoy it.
I love it. When the show airs, do you watch it live? Do you have like a little thing that you do, or?
We usually get the episode either the night before or the morning of, so that we can either warn our client about what's to come, or, you know, just to be able to, you know, help promote it. And, you know, we really don't get to see it. A lot of times we don't even watch it. I might have the episode in hand, but I just am busy with work and stuff. So like, I haven't seen today. I think do we air tonight? No, we air tomorrow. I haven't seen this week's episode yet, but we'll see.
Yeah. And another question from the audience is, in my personal opinion, you're the hottest real estate agent on the planet right now. You're breaking out. You're the star of the show. You were the first female on the show, so to speak. Did that give you, like, was that a challenge to not only just be a female on the show, but like utilize that as motivation? Like, I'm the first, but it shouldn't have been the first. Not only can we hang, but this could be our world too, so to speak.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, it was an added pressure, being the first female to be a cast member on the show. And I struggled with it. Like, I felt a responsibility, but I also felt pressure, I think, from production to be extra boss. And I was like, you guys don't know me yet, but I'm enough boss. Like, just trust me, you know? And I think it took a minute to just adjust to that whole experience. And now I feel like the audience has gotten a chance to know me a little bit better, and particularly this season. You know, my daughter is back on the show, Juliet, and my ex-husband, who just texted me, might even make an appearance, and Eric's on the show. So I think, you know, you guys are getting to see a little bit more of a personal side to me this year.
And vulnerability is sexy. And we'll end it with this, because I know real estate never sleeps, and you're flying overseas tonight. One thing that you said that was so cool on the podcast that a lot of the audience loved, they never heard articulated like this, is sometimes if you're very frustrated about something, grab a pen and write it down. Maybe in a letter, 99% of the time, that letter won't be mailed. But how therapeutic is that for you and effective?
Oh my God, completely effective. I think particularly when you're like a mess about any kind of confrontation, whether it's in business or in your personal life, I'll sometimes jot down like a couple of different bullet points of ideas and things that I really want to hit. And if I look it over before I have that conversation and I make sure that I write that down, I just find that I'm more effective because listen, you know, in every time we have to have an uncomfortable conversation, sometimes our nerves get the best of us. We don't say everything that we want to say. And if you don't take the time to write it down and be clear about what your goals are to take away from that conversation, you're just not going to be as effective. And I know everybody's goal is to be effective. So write it down, put some bullet points on there, figure out what your big takeaway is, and then make sure that you get that point across.
Bang! Mic drop. As always. So much love for you. I'm so excited the episode broke records, but to be honest with you, I'm not surprised one bit. I'm excited for you. No one deserves it more. Congratulations on all the success. I know this is just the beginning for you, and you're such a beacon for everyone out there because you joined the show a little bit later, and you were a stock, you'd be going like this. So all well-deserved, and trust me when I tell you, this is just the beginning of our relationship. I'm going to be most likely looking for a house sooner than later, and I know I'll be calling in LA.
Yes, get over here, Craig. Come on.
We're going to be bi-coastal.
Good. I love it. Thank you again for having me. I'm glad to say hi to all of you. I will send photos from abroad.
Don't forget.
I won't.
We love you. Have a great day.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye, Trace. So much fun. We love her so much. Guys, if you're not already in the CLS texting community, the number's on the bottom of the screen, 917-634-3796. Text number right now, get in the free blast. Give you access to all the biggest celebrities on the planet, inside their mindset, what makes them tick, how do they overcome challenges, like Tracy, like Suzanne Summers, Lisa Silverstone, everybody. 917-634-3796. Text number at the bottom of the screen. Inspiration every single day, just like this. Hope you all love this episode. Tracy's the best, guys. I see all the texts coming in right now. We love Tracy. Have an unbelievable trip. Nobody deserves it more. And we can't wait to watch the show this week. Utilize your obsessions, healthy obsessions, and sharpen the axe. Have a great rest of the week. Mikey V, Clint Roski, Big Bro, Lori, love you all so much. Have an unbelievable week. Love you guys.